Never been it.
Good evening, and call the combined council meeting for Thursday, July 25th, 2024 to order. Before we begin our meeting tonight, I'd like to acknowledge that Stuyak is Mi'kmaq, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Welcome those joining us in the gallery and on Zoom. Welcome Helen Young, the provincial manager. Good evening, and Mr. Cook. We have a full slate of councillors. And with that, I'm going to move into number 3, looking for approval or change to the agenda.
I'll make a motion that we accept the agenda as presented for our combined council session for Thursday, July the 25th, 2024.
Well, for a seconder, sorry, council, that's moved by Councillor Chan, seconder.
Councillor Osmer.
Oscar.
The seconds.
Discussion on the motion.
Question.
Question is called, all in favor? Looking for disclosure of interest on the agenda items. Hearing none, move to item number 5, that's approval of minutes for June 27th, 2024. Looking for any questions first?
Just, attendance. I don't believe Mr. Jason Fox was in attendance, just if we can delete him out.
That's correct, I don't know that.
I didn't see anything else.
With that, could I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion that we accept the minutes for Thursday, June the 27th, combined council session as amended.
Moved by Councillor Osborne, a seconder, please.
Second.
Second, Councillor Rogers Lang, discussion on the motion.
Question.
Question has been called. All in favor? Opposed? Moved. We have no announcements or proclamations tonight. With that, we're going to move into number 8. That's written petitions and correspondence. I'll start with Mr. Sagan. First order is, it's in like food bank.
Yeah, so in the council correspondence package, just noting for council's information, we did receive a letter from Charlotte Peak from the food bank. Just giving them or giving us an overview, but their organization, who they serve. They're in a situation right now where they're losing their current place of business, where they operate food bank. They're looking for a place to rent. They're not having much success, so they sent council some correspondence. I do note it in my CAO report. We can talk about the options that I looked at with the food bank when they came to us, and we can talk about any other ideas that council might have.
I was speaking with Karen Levy, who chaired the food bank board this morning, and they come to an agreement with the people that own the building. They didn't get the price that they wanted to, but they did get a bit of a reduction, so they signed a 5-year lease, which they can get out of at any time if they can find a 2,000 square foot spot that is ground level. And yeah, so signed a new lease, so that's all good news.
Very much.
Great.
Thank you for that. Before we move on to number B, any other comments or questions? Hearing none, number B. Which again, and that's the letter to the mayor's wards for the emergency alert. Now, the final draft.
Yes, just in council correspondence package, I might be able to address B, C, and D at the same time. These are just correspondence received from municipal affairs in the province that's giving council information on the coordination of the emergency alert system. The second piece of information is the NSEMO alert ready policy standard and operation procedures and the emergency management guidance for municipalities. So they're just provided for council's information. If and when you have a chance or want to dive a little deeper into the packages, we connect you with the right authorities to get you any answers. And surely not the emergency management specialist. I've been attending emergency management meetings with David Westlake and the team from Colchester and Truro. I'm taking the training on emergency management and becoming part of that team. But the experts can give you the answers you need if you have any questions.
Thank you, sir. We're gonna move into number 9A, and that's staff reports, and then again, back to you, Mr. Siggins.
Okay, so the only report tonight, we're on sort of a summer agenda, but, in terms of the CEO report, I'm gonna start changing a little bit of the format here, making sure we're being a little bit more forthcoming with information, a little bit more transparent. I asked councilors for, any updates that they want to see as part of the CEO report. I received a couple of responses back, so you'll see them in the report. In general, updates for councilors, internal meetings. I've now been here a month and a half. I've been out in the community, meeting and putting faces to names and meeting as many organizations and key players or stakeholders in the community. I've been out attending resident issues and talking to people face to face to get to know the community and sort of deal with any issues head on. You'll see in the report just the regular updates. Council meeting on June 27th. There was no committee of the whole during that time. We did have an audit committee meeting, and I just noted for council that we've received the final draft of the audit, and you'll bring that forward on August the 15th. We'll have MNP, our auditor, come and present at that. Helen Young is going to take over the process from there, and we'll answer any questions you have about the audit. Continuous meetings, I have my one-on-ones with the mayor to ensure we're on track and getting any information that you're relaying into him and tackling any issues. I've met with all members of council, do a one-on-one just to kind of get a state of where you're at with your ideas and the issues in the ward. Councillor Rogers Lang and I was at the last final meeting tonight. We were able to sit down and just chat about what's on your minds and what you need tackled. So for council, if there's anything, you know, the door's open, let us know and we'll get you the information you need. Bylaw and policy is meeting on June the 20th. And we noted at the last meeting, the manager of finance recruitment took place the week of June 17th. And Helen Young has joined us and is in place to take on the manager of finance role. Met with some local businesses. MGM met with the owner, did a plan, site and plant tour on July 24th. TCPAP, I've been to their AGM, as well as the North Nova Family Medicine residents. We welcomed, I believe there's 11 new family doctors to the area. That was a great event, just for hearing their stories, where they came from, how we recruited them, and following up on the TCPAP announcement. They're going to be building a new medical center in Millbrook, so they're following that closely to see how we can support them. To the Chamber of Commerce event on July 4th. And then just the various, you know, emails, looking at various bylaws, policies, property titles, planning, things like that. We've awarded the water, or sort of wastewater treatment plant assessment. I've read a report to council on the June 27th meeting. We awarded that contract as part of the resolution at that meeting in the report to CBCL, and we had a meeting on July the 8th. We executed the contract. And following that, I've held meetings with the election officer on June 27th and July 22nd to get ready for the upcoming fall election that will be held on October 19th. We did, in the meantime, response to the marine animal on July 4th and 5th. The whale was in the river. I just want to send thanks to our staff, RCMP and fire that assisted us in that unfortunate situation. There's a lot of attention on that, and everybody that needed to be at the table sort of came to the table and dealt with that. We had the Mars team, the Marine Animal Rescue Society, thank you for the acronym. They came to the table and helped out, and we've got some learnings from that in terms of how we just get some, you know, crowd control and things like that on the place. So looking to bring that forward. In terms of the report, it goes into the municipal election. We know that we know we have a municipal election coming up on October 19th. Voting is going to take place online and in person. The online portion is going to be completed by the IntelliVote system. Paper ballots will be provided, and the in-person voting on October 19th will be held at the Legion. Staff have booked that. We've got all of the requirements being taken care of by our election officer, which is Janet Friday Dory. In addition to the online voting, we'll be having advanced polling stations that are being planned. We're gonna be looking at some of the senior residents in the area, making sure we have advanced polling. We'll also be having the election officer attend town hall, and we'll get to that in the next advertisement to work on the voting lists, any revisions that need to be made. In accordance with our town obligations under the MGA, advertisements are gonna be circulated in August, September, and October in the town newsletter. We're also required under the MGA to advertise in a way that will hit all of the properties, so we're gonna be doing a separate mail out through Canada Post that will hit every Stewiacke proper mailing address and get the information out in mid-August. We've got all of our bases covered in that regard. The next page of the report, you'll just notice that these are the two pending advertisements. They're gonna come out from the election officer. They will be going in the newsletters and in the papers. I just put those there for the public's information. There's not gonna be any changes to them, but best we get them out as many times as we can. Election packages will be available at the town office at the front desk in print format, or you can email Janet. We've created a email address. It's 2024election@stewiacke.net. We provided her with a cell phone. You'll see the number there. Any questions pertaining to the election from the public or from persons that want to run, can vet all their questions through to Janet. The next update was pertaining to our CNP, and that's a request. Sorry, yes,
Do you want questions now or later?
I can take them at any point.
Okay, so a couple questions just on this portion before you move into your next portion.
Sure.
You say that you're gonna have advanced polling. Do you know if you're going to have advanced paper ballot polling?
I believe that yes, we'll have advanced paper polling because I believe the IntelliVote system will allow you to vote at any time in advance.
Right.
So when we speak of advanced polling, that would be physical
Paper,
advanced paper polling.
Okay.
Yes,
all right, perfect. And when you do the revisions, it says you'll be asked for your name, address, and date of birth. I hate assumptions. So will you be looking for proof of that in some form?
that is a great question for the election officer.
Okay,
This is the ad that she provided to me.
okay,
And I'll let her do her diligence based on the legislation that's there.
okay. So we don't know.
I will ask the question and.
Okay.
and if you don't mind sending me an email, but that's a
I
great
will
question.
certainly
I will
send
give you an
you.
answer.
Perfect, wonderful, thank you.
Okay, that it?
Well, that's it for right now.
Okay. All right, RTMP, I noted that, I held a meeting with, Corporal Stuart, Beslett from the RCMP to discuss, policing matters in Stewiacke. He brought, Commander in Chief Mark Rose, from the, bi-level detachment. I met with them on Tuesday. We just talked about ongoing policing matters in Stewiacke. There was a request from council to hold a, town hall regarding policing matters in Stewiacke. So we will be working on a date for that. We know we've got, some issues, and we'll bring the RCMP to the table. They're gonna get me some dates and we'll report back to them. As I said, they were, great in helping us, with traffic mitigation, when we had the, marine animal, situation. We called them in, we had families stopping with children along the 102, causing very dangerous situations. So they helped us do the traffic mitigation for that. Any questions pertaining to the RCMP?
So that's a town hall that they're going to have.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll have a public meeting. We can talk about how that will look, whether that's part of a workshop or a public meeting offsite, or we can combine with a council meeting. Riverside Drive project, had lots of questions, lots of issues, flooding, garbage, things like that. I just want to give an update on that. You'll see this afternoon, pertaining to garbage, we sent out on our social media and on our website today. Just notifying the residents of the parameters of garbage that are normal Garbage needs to be at the curb by 7 a.m. We have been in contact with Dexter, the contractor. They will, and they're aware that there are situations where the streets have been diminished in terms of their widths and the trucks can't get down. So they know there's a situation where trucks can't get down, they will take the trash from all our residents' driveways, put it in the appropriate areas so the trucks can get the garbage mitigated. We've had issues with dumpsters being full. They have put dumpsters out in situations where roads have been closed for people to put their trash in. They've been full. We've had situations where the garbage trucks can't maneuver and get into dumpsters. We've been dealing with the site supers to mitigate those situations and dealing with it as they come up. So if you have any questions or concerns, keep feeding them in. We'll deal with them as best we can. The other issue that has been going on has been flooding. We're aware of flooding and ponding issues. What I can tell you right now is as the connections occur right now, some of the drainage is at different levels. Once the drainage is connected properly, these will be alleviated. So we just have to be patient and wait for the construction to catch up. And the project timeline for completion is October.
Regarding the flooding. Do we know if there's been any damage to property, basements, things like that? In that particular area, I mean, there's the last flood, there was people out in a canoe.
Right.
So I'm just wondering if we had any inquiries regarding that, anything like that at all?
I had no inquiries and I've not been made aware of any damage. So if you are aware of any, bring it to our attention, but we've not been made aware of anything.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Food bank, I won't spend too much time on that. I just want to make sure we brought to attention, council's, correspondence from the food bank. The one thing I will note that we did, just when they did approach us, we looked within Studiac to find any available private businesses, buildings to lease or buy for them. We also looked within our inventory to see what municipally owned space might be appropriate. We didn't find any. The only space that might be appropriate for them, which we deem not to be habitable right now, to need a lot of work, is the public works building across from town hall. Did put a note in that. I think that should be a future conversation from council, that we need some direction on what to do with that building. So we can bring that forward at another meeting and get some direction on where we want to go with that. Council code of conduct, there's been some questions just pertaining to that. I had an update from the province on Monday morning at my request, just to get some information on that. What I was told, the communication is going to be going out very soon to the municipalities, showing elected officials what the framework will look like and the expectations. What I was told was that 3 rounds of consultations were completed on the code of conduct in September 2022 and February 2023. So the information is going to be coming towards the fall, and look for it to be announced and part of the election process. I believe the information will be coming in and probably part of the election packages to let councillors know, or potential councillors know, what the code of conduct will say, what the processes will be, what the third party review process would be if there were complaints against the code of conduct, things like that. The information is forthcoming. So sort of information for you to stay tuned, that they will get the information out as quickly as possible. And from an adoption standpoint, we'll need to bring a report to council to approve and adopt the code of conduct officially, and we'll be required to however they frame it, have a third party integrity commissioner or something like that on call if we had a complaint. So we'll deal with that as information comes up. Okay. Recreation updates, after school care. I think this program is a big success for the town. We've got a growing population, a lot of young families, a lot of parents and families are going to benefit from this. Aaron and our team are doing a great job. Right now, there's 24 children enrolled. They did 5 interviews in the week of July 16th. They're proceeding with job offers to 2 individuals, following successful reference checks and criminal record background checks. They've confirmed busing and program planning, and that's gonna commence upon hiring of the qualified staff. So they're doing a great job in that regard. I asked for an update on the Dennis Park Playground, general update. In terms of the playground equipment, we awarded that contract. The firm has confirmed that all the equipment is ordered, the new installation is planned for September. The splash pad has been functioning very well, it's been very well attended, we did have a little glitch yesterday. There was a power outage in downtown core around 4 o'clock, and it caused a slight disruption to the service there, but it was, the service was reset very, very quickly. There was some mention of it on social, but the problem was sort of there within half an hour. Dennis Park Gazebo series was well attended, and we've installed the new baby swing inclusive swing on July 18th. Town days are August the 2nd to the 4th. Get your back to the 80s theme outfits ready to go. And that's my report.
So just one question on the splash pad. If it's not working like on the weekend or after hours, is there like an emergency number posted somewhere? Or do they call the town hall emergency number like that after hours?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that, and I will get you an answer.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Move on to number 10 in the agenda. On policy, we have no reports, so we have it for citizen comments. Check them out. Please. No comments on that. There are no comments, I'll move into my report. Regular briefings with Mr. Fix again have continued, both in office and by communications of such as calls, etc. July 4th, I met with Don Graves. July 11th, I met with Mayor David Mitchell of Bridgewater. I want to extend congratulations to Community Garden Project, and thank you Deputy Mayor Chapman for stepping in. I had a family emergency and very graciously and quickly stepped in, so thank you for that. Town Day is coming up, as you said. Tomorrow I get to be part of a water bucket challenge. Bring your money. It's $20, I'm told. Well, that's some fun with the children. It's their idea. I'm glad to be doing that. There is a last minute communication come in today from Honorable John Moore. That's what happens at this point, not to be shared until the announcement's made. You know that. And that is my report. I'll move to Deputy Mayor Chapman.
I've been to 3 town days meeting, I met with our CAO. Met with residents concerned with the flooding on Riverside Avenue South. And the sidewalk that's not accessible on Riverside Avenue South. And the lack of garbage pickup on Riverside. Also the policing issue. Attended the community garden opening with Councillor Osborne and Councillor Creelman. And something, this is not, it's not town related, but it is. I belong to the South Colchester Community Health Board. And we are organizing it's called Connecting Communities at the community center here. Erin is also on the board, on the planning committee. And it's going to be September 14th at the community center, and it's going to be someone from another culture will come in and talk about their food and their dance and their dress and their everything, so people can get to know them a little better. And they'll go home with everyone that goes will go home with a it's not a pre-made meal, but you will have all the ingredients for butter chicken. So,
Oh, very good.
so that's something to think about for September 14th. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Chapman. What's yours?
I attended the Regional Accessibility Committee meeting. And I'm waiting to hear, we'll have some follow-up from that, some correspondence.
Town Day is next weekend. Hard to believe. I just wanted to give a little bit of shout out to my committee members for sure. And I will read all those off, but Town Days in general is up and running. The program will be printed and sent out. Mary Loy has done the sponsorship page. Everyone will be getting a copy of the program that is set and solidified in your mail slot as well as being mailed out. Pass that around. So fundraising is going great. I just want to thank, we have a great group. Even on hot nights, everybody shows up. And I can't get over the dedication and the commitment of this group, and everyone is happy, and it's actually one of the best committees that I've been on in a long time. So I just want to thank Deputy Mayor Chapman, my Vice Chair Ben Eisner, Mary Loy, Beate Acker, Holly Chisholm, Murray Shears, Don Dunn, and Greg Connell. The parade, as everyone knows, is Saturday morning, and it's not too late to register with Holly Chisholm. Chapman.
She's
Chisholm.
on.
She's on.
What's Chapman?
Okay, Chapman. You can register right up until the day of, for Windcrest Avenue. But Holly's done a great job. She's got 13 floats confirmed already. The Touch a Truck on Sunday, we have 6 pieces of apparatus, and Ben Eisner is looking after that. The Striac history celebration on Sunday, Deputy Mayor Chapman and Councillor Creelman are looking after that, and that is quite exciting for a lot of people to come. We're gonna have cake in the park. We have a dunk tank coming, and I hear a special guest, Mayor Loy, is gonna be in it for most of the afternoon. So bring your money. And it's a fundraiser for the community garden and for the Shriners. So, any questions? I'm happy to take them, but it's exciting times. It's always happy to have people home from away for Town Days. You can pass that around. It's always a happy event and exciting, and so, and the phone party's back on as well, so. Yeah.
Okay, Councillor Bartley.
I'm good. I've nothing.
Councillor.
Just 2 quick things. I watched the feature Live at 5 had on the Striac Community Garden. And we were well represented by Beate Acker and our deputy mayor. And photos by Kira McCurdy, and it was a great feature. I thought it was really well done. And I'm looking forward to Town Days. It's been fun.
Lots of positive to have you. That's what we're at. And special gift tonight for me from our new CEO. So 3.5 years too late. But it's a great thing there. Thanks. You have to have a little fun sometimes. Okay, with that, we're gonna move into our in-camera session. Would you focus staying for that first part? That's correct. Yes. So.
Just a very quick question before we do that. How do residents log back on for any motions? Because they would be, because councillors are, it's supposed to be open to the public. So I'm just wondering, how do they do that?
That's a great question. So once we come out of closed session, we can put the motions on the next council agenda on the 15th.
So they wouldn't be debated until the 15th
There's
of
no
August?
reason to come back into, any debates, because it's getting direction and providing information tonight. Any reports that would provide any direction to staff will be coming in a report form on the 15th.
But what if we decide to give up, to do a motion? I guess that's my question. What if we just,
Be providing direction to pursue negotiations potentially tonight, and that would come in the form of a council report on the 15th. That makes sense?
yeah, I'm just concerned because if we decide to do a motion, then residents have the right to be.
Understood. So if there's a
It's supposed to be
motion going down
open.
the table, we'll put it in a motion form in terms of a council report on the 15th.
And so then it would be debated on the 15th of August and not tonight?
Yes, correct.
So then nothing could happen until the 15th of August, is that my
That's
understanding?
correct.
Okay,
Yeah, it would just give staff the time to pursue the direction that council would provide. One way or the other tonight and give us some time to do that.
and bring back more information.
That's correct.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, perfect, thank you.
Okay, with that, with the time, it is 7:30. So I need a motion to go in camera.
I'll make the motion.
So 7:30 motion, made by Councilor Osborne, the second please.
I'll say,
I see, so Councilor Bennett, no, what's your line, second? So we're going to log out and then we'll go to session.
Okay, so we will end the public portion of the meeting. And we will go down from that.